The Mired Urn is an item in Risk of Rain 2 loved by all. Oh, who am I joking? This item isn't that great. While the Mired Urn is one of the most interesting items in the game, and there's no denying its uniqueness, its actual impact is remarkably low. Sure, some passive lifesteal is nice, but its damage is lacking, and it only stacks by allowing you to leech off more enemies at once. Today, I want to try and change this by creating a build in Command to make the Mired Urn truly shine. Hope you like videos where I just follow my train of thought, because I info dump about some stuff in this video for a hot minute. I usually don't do this, but I'll put some timestamps below in case you find any topic annoying or boring. Anyways, enjoy the video. Okay, welcome to the command queue menu. We're here. I'm going to show you, quick walk you through my build idea for today. It all lives in the white items. We have to lean fully into the focus crystals or else nothing else is really gonna happen. And I threw in crit in there as well because I'm like 80% sure the Mired Urn can crit. I'm like pretty sure. So there's that. If it doesn't, we can always pivot away from it. As for greens, mostly just defensive items, but I also wanted to notably throw in the chronobauble to help us slow down the enemies we're trying to chase. Same idea in the legendaries with more crits because I'm like pretty sure it can crit, and some sustainability items. Not the greatest sustainability items, but I mean, I don't want to distract from the kit. We could obviously run all the other OP things, but we're trying to lean into the Mired Urn, of course, so, you know, not much we can do there. Hopefully we find an equipment barrel on this map so that we can quickly get that Mired Urn, quickly get it going. I'm not actually aware of how the Mired Urn stacks, so I probably should have checked that, but Void Tier 1s, just Weeping Fungus, more sustainability, you know how it is. We should throw in a safer spaces there as well, and then Tentapole, keep our enemies still. Let me actually check, because I'm unaware. I'm not a knower. Okay, it's just an additional enemy. That's kind of lame. But anyways, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Having some frame drops already. That's funny. I've been having some strange computer issues lately, and I'm worried that I'm like not cleaning it right or something, but every time I open up my computer, which I am terrified to do because I cannot be trusted around anything electronics, I'll tell a story in a second about that, but I cannot be trusted around any electronics ever in terms of like the fidelity, like working on it type stuff, because I am feral and cannot be controlled and I break things by accident. Not because I'm like violent or anything, obviously not, but it's still like, I don't know, I just seem to break them. I just seem to break them no matter what. I cannot avoid it, and this extends to software. I don't really break stuff as much with software, but I am terrified of it. I don't wanna go in and touch any software stuff. But yeah. So, it's been running slowly. I've been getting like hella packet loss in like every game I play, which is really annoying, especially Overwatch, which is already having that issue because of Stadium. What in God's name just happened? That same issue was also happening in Overwatch, where it was like the camera was like flicking downwards like that. I didn't know what was happening. Enemy spawns are on. I don't know why things are taking so long. We are on Monsoon, did make sure of that. Made extra sure not to fuck that one up this time, because I was a goober and put us on Rainstorm in the last episode. It's problematic, but I'm better now. I've learned. Oh, yes, also, hi, it's been a week. I was sick. I was very sick, and it was awful, because I was gonna go on a vacation to Texas, and I couldn't go. I couldn't go because of the sickness, which really, really sucks. I didn't lose too much money from it, which is fortunate, but still. Really rough, man. Really rough that I couldn't go. It was really rough watching, like, all the other people who did get to go have their fun, and that just sort of, I'm that fucking Squidward meme while, like, staring through the window. Just being all depressed and sick, but no, it was awful. It started out as just lactose intolerance, but then it moved into this, like, actual, like, flu-like symptoms. Like, I had a fever and coughing and all that jazz. I tried recording a video a couple days ago, and it just did not work out, because I was volatile. I had to be near something I could throw up into at all times. And recording talking a lot. Not great for your throw up muscles. Anyways, I'll stop talking about that. I said I was going to tell a story about how I break things. Break technology. So this one actually was because I was violent and uncontrollable. Because when I was a kid, maybe it was undiagnosed autism. I just still don't have diagnosed autism. I don't know if I have it. I've been told maybe. Same with ADHD. I've been told like, yeah, you probably. But because like my entire family has something around there, but I just never got diagnosed. I have anxiety. I know that. But I was definitely a moody, emotional child. And in one of my various fits of rage, this was when I was like 8, I broke this flash drive my parents had that had like pictures of their wedding in it. And all of that was just gone. So like any pictures of their wedding that weren't like downloaded to a computer, this would have been 2010, around there. Anything that wasn't downloaded to a computer or made into a physical copy was just gone, because I was angry at nothing. Also, why in God's name are my corpses still on? I feel like that happens every single time. Oh. Hello? I don't know what happened. The irony of talking about how I break technology and then having the game just like completely freeze up on me is so apparent. That is great. That is actually amazing. I couldn't script that if I tried. I don't know what happened there. I think I just clicked on the wrong order of buttons and it just broke. I couldn't tell you. I did upgrade my drivers recently in NVIDIA, and I need to go into the settings there and see if anything's up, but I upgraded that and now I'm getting worse packet loss, ironically. My HUD is too big as well. All of my settings are gone. Let me out. I don't want to be here. I'm scared. My HUD skill is supposed to be at 75%. There we go. Oh, God. I was playing in like senior mode where they make everything big so you can see it. That was beautiful. Okay. We're here. We're here. Oh my God. Everything's going well. I swear. I swear, I promise, I swear. This is a good start. Over here, we have our friend, the wonderful Equipment Barrel, the illustrious Equipment Barrel. I haven't played Loader in a hot minute, but I used to play her all the time. I used to be one of you brain-dead Loader mans, but I don't know. I just couldn't tell you what changed. I think I just started playing too much Commando for videos, and I shifted to the Commando universe. Gonna make a viral TikTok about it that makes teens feel depressed. I don't know what changed. I don't know. Maybe it came with the HRT. Maybe that's what happened. Gosh, okay. I am into TTRPGs and not really plural, but a TTRPG and, you know, role-playing games and all that jazz, because I love playing as characters. I think it's so much fun to be able to do that, because you don't usually get to, you know, do that form of acting, and I think I'm pretty decently good at it. I think I'm good at playing characters, as good as someone without any coaching is. And yeah, I have been on a crave for more ever since we had our session, because I am at a session. I wrote a TTRPG, if you didn't know. I co-wrote. I started out as just editing for a friend, and then I started offering up my ideas, and then they were just like, actually, you're just the co-author now. So that's how it is now. I also run like the patch notes and all that jazz. I don't have like liberty to change it on my own, and not that it needs that much changing or that it has enough players to really contribute to enough changes, but regardless, I made it. So we've been playing that every week on Saturdays, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. We have 2 sessions that rotate. One of them is our main session that we started out with, and then the other session we made specifically for when people, like 1 or 2 people, are not there. Like, it's completely built to have like excuses for our characters to not be there for a couple hours or something like that, in the story at least. Technically in 2 sessions, but it's actually just one session with a backup plan. So I'm playing two characters, and they are so much fun. They're so much fun. And they're complete opposites, too, which is what makes it even more fun. Is the first one's this blind assassin who has sort of been... There's forced conscription in the story, which is forced to be part of the military, and in that was sort of forced to, you know, live this life of emotionlessness. And in her story, she found a woman who she loves, and her whole story is like learning to be a person again after the military sort of removed that from her, through learning to love her, but not only her girlfriend, but also like the other party members, having friends and stuff. It's a lot of fun. And stepping back for a moment, playing TTRPGs, if you don't do them, is one of the healthiest things mentally, usually, it can go wrong, but it usually doesn't, that you can do for yourself. I legit, I think I've done better, like more progress for myself in my weekly sessions of TTRPGs than I have in my weekly sessions of therapy. Not saying that, like, obviously there's different stuff. TTRPGs aren't gonna, like, save your life, you know, change your patterns of life, but it definitely can help you get like, a new perspective, which can be super helpful and mean a lot. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing her, and it's not just a blindness out of quirkiness. We try to actually work around it, and make it so that, like, what would she actually do? Because I'm not blind, I'm vision impaired, but it's not the same, like, even a little bit. So it's fun. Like, I find myself as I'm playing closing my eyes, even though the game is entirely verbal. I can't see anything anyways. There's nothing going on unless we're in combat. So I'm just sometimes I'll close my eyes and just to sort of try and be in that vibe, try to feel like what it's like to be that character, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun playing her. And it's been a lot of fun going from that, like, brainless, or sort of, not like brainless, but like emotionless drone of a human at first. That one, you know, stereotypical, this was always the plan, but it started out as the stereotypical loner character who's like, doesn't want any friends, but the whole plan was always to be like, okay, part of their story arc is going to be, hey, I meet 5 other people who are really, really good to me, and that's how, you know, my life becomes much better. That's how I learn to be a better human. So yeah, she's a ton of fun. It's fun to play her through her character development, especially. And yeah, and then my other guy, his name's Aiden, the first girl's name is Cassandra, but his name's Aiden, and he is the complete opposite, where as Cassandra is this woman who's been, like, forced into military service her entire life, Aiden is a character who has sort of lived completely freely. Like, he's had struggles. He's homeless, for one. He has lived without restrictions or without control, and he also is a really energetic person. He definitely has some sort of ADHD and is just really bouncy, really energetic, constantly sort of distracted, and for better or for worse, all that jazz. So it makes him a lot of fun to play, because I get to go from playing this, like, calm, level-headed character in our main story to this sort of, like, too loving but to a fault character who's just so nice, it hurts. Like, for example, with our first meeting, between me and one of the other characters, I decided, I was like, yeah, I'm sure Aiden would think hugging a stranger like this instead of a handshake would be fine. So I did in that story, and it was like, it's so fun playing these sort of, like, just off real scenarios in those games. Maybe I'll remember to put them on screen. I made pickers for them. I really want fan art. And it started after we finished at least the first draft of the rulebook, or the player handbook. We were going to record it and put it on this channel. We were going to record a session and put it, or not a session, but record the campaign and put it on this channel. But like, at that time I was still in college and super fucking stressed out and busy. So I was like, And obviously something completely new like that probably isn't going to get attention without any big names in it. Like, I'd kind of need content creators to be a part of it, and only one of them is another streamer. So it just wasn't really worth it at the time. And also, I had never edited anything that big scale, large scale. Wouldn't be too hard, but it would require money, because we'd have to get, you know, art made for it and all that jazz. Yeah, but I want to. I wish I could, though. I wish we could have recorded it, because I wish we could have recorded it, because that would mean, or at least the possibility, though I don't get much fan art outside of that, it would have meant that maybe we could have gotten fan art, and I love getting fan art. It is literally quite possibly the best part of this job. There's like a hierarchy. There's like responding to comments, getting paid, or, you know, not in that order, but, you know, it's like getting money, responding to comments, all the like valuable things that you get out of this, talking to people, harboring a community, you know, expressing myself, all of these good things. Getting fan art is really high on that list. Very, very, very high, because it's so good, and all of your art is so cool. I've had a couple people be like, oh, I don't want to make fan art because, like, I'm worried it's bad. It's awesome. Shut up. It's awesome. I don't care about quality. It's amazing. Thank you if you choose to do it. If you even thought about it, that's also cool. But yeah, anyways, I'm yapping. But yeah, I've just been on that, like, crave, that absolute feral crave for more and all things TTRPG and role-playing game, because it just looks so fun. Anyways, Mired Urn time. We have to be in combat, so every now and then we do have to swing our hand, but it's like decent damage right now. We're definitely gonna need more. I'm like pretty sure it can crit. I'm like almost sure. I can't describe it. I can maybe see, like, a future in, like, recording the TTRPG or a different session. I have, a pre-made, like, DM, like, a campaign set up, that I was going to do, but it didn't. Things fell through because of college, again, taking away all of my life forever and making me very, very sad all the time. So I didn't get to do that, but I still have all the notes and all the ideas jotted down in Google Docs, so I could definitely make it, and I think it'd be very fun. I think our current campaign would just not be good for a YouTube series. I don't think it would be, because there's a lot of personality. There's a lot of personal touches that and struggles that are between our characters and are really meant to keep between friends, that just don't really need to be talked about in front of thousands of people, or more realistically hundreds of people, because that's another reason, is like I just highly doubt, in my experience, doing a pivot to something like that on YouTube would be ridiculous. It would almost have to be a second channel if I wanted to get any traction on it, because if I posted that on my channel, it might have that guaranteed audience, and I definitely get that guaranteed audience out of, like, the Discord server, but it wouldn't have the same, it would not have the same reception, because the algorithm doesn't like when you post things that you don't usually post. And usually you can get away with some things. Like, I have 3 types of content. I have variety content, I have Risk of Rain 2 content, and then I have the analysis videos. And if I post anything else, like the YouTube poop I posted for April Fool's, did terribly, because I can't post anything else. I can't. It's just how it is. That's how the algorithm works. It's how it wants you to exist. Which, fine. It wouldn't be above making a second channel for the explicit purpose of doing it. But yeah, I mean, I guess let me know if you'd be interested in it. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of, like, oh yeah, I'd watch it answers, but, you know, still, it's very up in the air of whether, because, like, again, only one other person in that group is a content creator, And I imagine many of them would not want to be part of something that would be potentially, pretty popular online, stuff like that. These people are pretty private people, and while I did meet some of them in my Discord server, it's like, they're just not content creators. That's just how it is. So I'd have to find other people who wanted to be in content creation. I think I could realistically get Futon, wrangle her, put her in a little paper bag, and get her to be part of it. But I mean, I'd have to find at least 3 other people to be a part of it. So I want to do it. I want to do it so much, literally just for the idea of getting fan art, but I can't. Just between resources and time and lack of people, it's just hard. It's hard. Not seeing huge damage from the Mired Urn right now, gotta be honest. I think definitely once we get the crit going, because again, I'm like pretty sure it does work, pretty sure. I imagine we'll see some more value, but right now, we're just not. Lots of legendaries here today. We gather here today to get the legendaries. Also, I'm pretty sure I just heard a crit noise from the Mired Urn. Yep, right there. It can crit, and it's very strong when it does so. I was right, bitch. I should start being mean for no reason on my YouTube. Just be. I should pivot. Yeah, I should pivot and just be like a mean React streamer who just hates her followers, hates all of you. I mean, I do hate all of you, but like, I should lean into it. I never understood that whenever I'm watching a streamer that's just like fully an enemy of their chat, just like cannot get along with them to save their life, and they're constantly against them. It's like, how do you even enjoy streaming if everyone hates you? Everyone thinks you suck. So why even go through this effort, this stress? I guess if it works, if it pays, good for you, but man, I'm really off the cuff lately. Really talking about a lot of stuff today. Not really, it's mostly just TTRPG ramblings. If there was any question about me possibly having autism or ADHD, I don't know if that's a question any longer. And all the internet armchair psychologists can tell me what they think they know or whatever. I don't know. I've talked about it with my therapist, and nothing has come of it, so therefore it never will. That's how things work. If something doesn't happen, then it never will. That's how it works. That's how it always has worked, and how it always will. Part of me always feels a little guilty, though, when I'm playing this game and doing these recordings and I ramble on about nothing, or ramble on about very specific things that are happening in my life, and just go sort of train of thought style of recording. I know some of you really enjoy it, and I know I'm used as background noise for many of you, but I don't know. I still feel like I worry for the people who join these or click on these who are not regular viewers, who click on these and see this and are like, oh, I have no idea why she's not talking about the game. Because I know other streamers. I mean, I don't watch other streamers because I would never stoop so low. I'm joking. But I don't watch other streamers just because I've talked about this before. I play Risk of Rain 2 constantly. I don't need to go watch more Risk of Rain 2 when I stop recording it. I've had my fill. I understand that other streamers, though, from the stuff that I have watched, spend a large majority of their videos talking about the game, and they're probably more successful because of it. I know I'm on the lower end of Risk of Rain 2 content creators, and I imagine you get a lot of value just leading fully into the game and talking about the game instead of yapping like I do. But I feel like I always want to keep to it because it feels more personal. I don't think I'd play this game. Like, I prefer the variety games to this game. I always will, because one, I've played way too much of this game. I'm allowed to be more personal in those games. I'm allowed to talk about more stuff. I'm allowed to show you more of myself, which is why the whole point of having a YouTube channel, in my opinion, if not for some other reason, is to have that sense of community and to have that sort of not impersonal personal relationship with people. Obviously, I don't know you, and I've thought about doing a video on parasociality because some of you are fucking weird. I've been sent addresses. People have sent me their address on Discord and told me to, like, send them stuff, and I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I try to find reason behind it, but I cannot find it. And they're lucky, like, I'm a good person. Because I block them immediately when that happens, because I don't want your address. Please don't send me your address. But, you know, it still doesn't make it any less funny to think about. So I've thought about doing a video on parasocialness, maybe getting some other creators' thoughts on it. That's another thing. I do kind of want to, like, I'd be thrilled to try and do some collab content in the future. I can ask other Risk of Rain 2 content creators. I have many of them on Discord, but, you know, it's sort of just like, I don't want to be too forward. My people-pleasing it just stops me, because I know they're busy. I don't want to step into them. I don't want to make them, like, feel forced to make content with me just because I asked and stuff like that. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but I definitely would wish I could. Do I want to? I'll save it. Another Mired Urn isn't gonna help this fight that much. No, instead we could just fly around and sort of do damage to her. Still, it's a rough item to make work. It really is. I'd love to make it do better things for us, but that doesn't really seem like a thing we can really do all that often. It's definitely doing damage. It's more of a background damage source. Oh boy, this is glitchy. You are not working properly, are you? Are you, buddy? But, I mean, it's still the Mired Urn at the end of the day, so we definitely need those damage increasing items desperately. We do have crit, so that's nice. Oh yeah, I forgot we got a legendary for that fight. I totally would not have gone and got this if I didn't just now see it. I was lucky. I don't know why. I just simply forgot. I simply forgot. Anyways, the boss fight on Siren's Call is always such a joke. after you beat the alloy worship unit. It's always like, why even bother? Okay, hey, it's getting stronger. It's definitely, we're seeing progress. With that second laser scope, it's definitely making a difference. And because of that, I actually want to go into our command queue, go to the reds, and maybe get rid of these and just lean fully into that laser scope so that hopefully we can see more damage over time. Because the Mithrix fight, when we inevitably get to it, is going to be hell on earth. We have to get real up close to him, and I don't want to do that. Would be woefully unlike this Risk of Rain game to give me anything but Helmet Hatchery as my 5th game mode. Woefully unlike. I'm never fortunate enough to get really anything else. I have to play this map that I just don't like very much. I feel like I need to update my map tier list. I feel like I've talked about this specifically. I feel like I've said that before on in my videos of talking about how I need to redo my map tier list, because last time I did it, I don't know if I did it very good. And there's also a lot more maps now, so it might be worth doing. As for ranking videos and, like, purely Risk of Rain 2 videos where I'm not talking, where I'm not yapping about stuff that's happening in my life or stuff I'm interested in, they always just come out of inspiration, usually. Just, like, if I'm feeling inspired to just, like, make something like that, then I'll do it, but it usually doesn't get too much deeper than that. It really doesn't. That's lucky. Very, very kind of you, game, to gift me this wondrous gift. Yeah, okay, the damage is not that great still, but the thought is there. The thought is there. Okay, I'm not gonna let them ruin my video. That'd be an interesting buff to the Mired Urn, by the way, is if they let it be so that you could... Okay, this may be my end. This will be harder than the fucking Mithrix fight. Let it be so that getting attack speed increasing items makes it so that it ticks faster. Allow us that privilege, huh, Gearbox? I know they got me, you know, part of, you know, they've given me all these privileges of being part of playtesting and stuff like that, but come on. Is that not too much to ask? For you to completely change an item that is from the base game? Yeah, change it for me, because I've been good and I deserve it. I deserve it. This is why we spend the extra time to get all of the things we need before we leave. I definitely activated the teleporter early, but luckily we're late in the game, so money is no longer an issue. But I still spent some time going around getting some stuff. Thank God, because I needed it, alright? I need it. I kind of want to loop, but I also don't want this video to be 10 years long, so I think we're gonna end it pretty quickly. This video, this build, kind of boring, I'm gonna be honest. Surprisingly boring. I do definitely... I want to try... I have an idea for the next build I want to try. I had an idea for a similar build back a while ago where I used the unstable Tesla coil and the Lossier's lenses to create sort of this area, this 10-second area of effect death spiral that existed that was, you know, helped with 57 leaf clover and other luck increasing items and the like. So I wanna try that again. I'd like to try that again, but with Loader's Pylon, because this does have a proc coefficient, I think. So it'd be fun to combine that. I don't think it activates faster with attack speed. I'm like pretty sure it doesn't, but it could be fun to still play with. Now this is gameplay. Maybe it is strong. I can't really tell. Here, we'll just use the Mired Urn here. I'll keep myself in combat by swinging my left click every now and then. But it doesn't look that strong. It's good for background damage. It's good for that, like, sort of passive stuff. That stuff, because it's not useful for killing on its own. It really very much is not. It's still an interesting build in concept, and that's what matters, isn't it? I think I remember the first time I ever skipped pillars. It was probably on Artificer. Almost certainly was on Artificer. But I don't know, it's definitely one of those moments that just makes you feel powerful, doesn't it? Because I figured it out on my own. I was like, oh, I'm Artificer. I can fly infinitely high if I want to. Why don't we see if we can get up there early before doing pillars? And oh my gosh, it worked. Wow. Look at that. This is so cool. So, you know. It's one of those feelings. I wonder, there aren't very many feelings like that in the game. Not very many, like, cool new feelings. I guess once you find the Awu for the first time, that's a fun new feeling. Finding the... Or at least learning about the... What they're called, void fields for your first time is pretty cool. That's always a fun experience. Honestly, just the Bazaar Between Time itself is a cool area to just learn about and try to figure out. Part of me does wish I could undo all of my experience with this game and try again and just sort of experience what it's like to play this game for the first time, because I didn't really have that privilege, because when I played this game I had people walking me through it. I was shown it by friends, so I had them, you know, walk me through it, show me what it's like. And I think once we tried modded was when I really got into it. Which is ironic, because now I prefer vanilla to modded, because a lot of mods I feel that are beyond quality of life mods, I feel are too much. Even stuff like Starstorm 2, it's like... I don't know. I love me DLC Plus, but I have my own gripes with Starstorm 2, okay? That's a bad example, because I do not like the items in that game mode. Or in that game, or in that mod. I just don't like it. I'm in the Discord, they'll eat me alive for that, but... Hot take. I don't think they fit into the game very well. I think they don't. Anyways. This was a thrilling, Mythrix fight. This really just turned into a loader build, loader being loader. Maybe I should have played someone else so that it was less OP, because having as many focus crystals as we did just turns loader into just the peak form of herself, and she's already busted. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video as you watched it. I'm gonna end it here because I do want to go back to Outer Wilds today. I'd like to do some other stuff, and I also have some work to do outside of that, so... Okay. My brain is shutting off. But yeah, I have some stuff to do, so we're gonna end that here. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, do like and subscribe. Comment down below your challenges if you have any. Have any ideas like that, if you'd like to try. I had no real inspiration. This was not a comment question. I just saw the Mired Urn and was like, yeah, I can make a video around that. That's how a lot of my videos go, and honestly, they're a blast. And you guys just eat them up. I'm evil. I'm evil like that. So I'm just doing this for the money. Anyways, yeah, if you watched to the end, that was really cool of you. You're the real viewer. You should know that. You're the real viewers. And the real true ones, the best ones. Don't tell the others, because they'll feel bad. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you to our members, of course, for supporting the channel in the ways they do. And thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.